Hi everyone, my name's Seth and I'll be doing a stretch and balance program for you guys today. So to start things off, I'm going to move us over here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is something I call the pec stretch. And that's just something that I kind of named it. So the start off position is going to be, our arm is going to be straight out. Sorry if you can't see it, there we go. Our arm is going to be straight out. We're going to have it slightly up. We're not going to have it diagonal, we're going to have it slightly up from horizontal. You're going to find a solid spot on a wall that you can put your hand. We're not going to put it facing up, we're actually going to put it facing outwards like this. And you open up, feeling that stretch in that pec muscle. A nice modification to this one is you can actually go down, travel the entire wall, and come back up. The idea is that the closer you are to the wall, the more of a stretch you're going to get in that pec. Okay, so let's go and start that off. We're going to hold each stretch for about 45 seconds, and then we'll switch to the next arm. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1, and go. If it helps, you can go ahead and angle those feet out more instead of directly at the target. This way it kind of forces you to open up that chest. The important thing is that we don't open up too much. Okay, we really don't want to stretch and tear. We just want to have a nice tension. Go for another 10 seconds. Focus on that breathing. Make sure that's staying nice and strong. And we're done there. Okay, well, unfortunately I don't have a wall over here to do it on, but I'm gonna have you guys do it as well. I don't want to turn my back to you guys, but I'll tell you when to start. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Hold it for 45 seconds. Once again, we can point those toes in the opposite direction to help us open up that arm. And like I said, we don't want to be 45 degrees. We definitely want it to be more, just slightly above lateral. If you are doing the traveling modification version, I strongly recommend that you use the fingers to help guide you down while you're still in contact with that wall. Just adds a little bit of a forearm workout to it. So about another 10 seconds. Make sure you're breathing in and out. 2, 1, and done. Very good. Next up, we have, I don't even know what to call it. It's just another one that I kind of made up. Not that I made up, but I don't know the name for it. What you're going to do is you're going to find a solid object on the wall that you can actually hold on to and put a decent amount of weight on. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend down and stretch. You're going to come down and you're going to use your arms to help keep you from falling backwards. If I wasn't holding on to this, I would fall right backwards. Okay? The idea is to stretch out that back. Let that back really lean forward. This is the time to have improper technique and actually stretch those back muscles, okay? So we're going to start in about 5 seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. We're making sure that those heels are in the ground. And I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this before. The modification is you just lean side to side. Okay, and slightly more weight in one heel or the other. Good. If the lean side to side is uncomfortable, go ahead and just remain neutral. You can also point those toes out a little bit more rather than pointing them straight towards the wall. This will help take alleviate some of the pain that's in those knees. Almost there, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Come back up. Okay, so now I'm going to move you guys over again. Okay, cool. So, next up we have a flamingo. If you feel uncomfortable with your balance for whatever reason, I always recommend using some kind of object to help keep your balance. I call it my balance stick. It's just my baseball bat. So we're going to start with one leg. We're going to start whichever leg you want, doesn't matter to me. Pick up the leg, and we're gonna hold it here for 45 seconds. A nice modification to this one is, as you're doing this exercise or stretch, you can actually go in and bend that knee. Get down low to the floor, and then come back up. Just a little added workout for that quad, okay? So, we'll start in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and start. Good. So, on this one, we want to make sure that we keep that weight right in the middle between the heel and the toe, okay? We don't want to be up in those toes. We definitely don't want to have it all in those heels, or else we'll do something like this. So keep it right in the middle. Right in the middle, and that's your best bet. Looking straight forward, fixating on some kind of object to help keep our balance. And we're breathing nice and slow. That's the goal. Got about 15 seconds left. Don't be afraid to really pull on that foot. Okay, up towards that glute. 3, 2, 1, and done. Very good. Shake it out. I know we held it there for a while. Going to switch hands. We'll start in 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Like I said, have that weight right in the middle of the foot. We don't want to be in the toes or in the heels. If it helps, you can always have that balance stick, but you can always just lift it up in the air and really test that balance. And as you go a step further, go and get a bend in that knee and come back up. Repeat the process and come back up. Okay? Left. Okay, got about 15 seconds left. Nicely done, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna go down into a kneeling position. Okay, so what we're going to do from here is we're going to take whichever foot that is in front of you, whether it be your right or left, doesn't matter to me. You're going to put it out to the side. Okay, and from here you should actually feel a stretch, but if you pull those hips to the opposite direction, so I'm pulling mine towards my garage door, I should feel quite a bit more of a stretch on the inside of that hamstring and quad. The more I push that way, the more I feel the stretch, okay? So, if we want to modify this a little bit and get a stretch in that hip flexor too, we can actually do a backwards lunge with this. So what it looks like is, with that leg still out, we actually shoot this leg back and we go down. I know that's kind of hard to see, so I'll go sideways for you guys. So my left leg is actually out, okay? And my back leg is out as well. I'm in the toe, and I just push my hips towards the ground, okay? And I keep that chest up, right? I don't want to be like this with that knee on the ground. I want to keep that chest up and really feel that stretch, okay? So, it's always nice to have a rag or something that you can put under the working knee so that you don't hurt it. So we'll start in about 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm just going to do the non-modified version for you guys. So you're probably wondering what to do with the foot. You can actually keep it flat on the floor if you want. You can actually go up on the side if you would like. It's really up to you. I prefer to keep it flat on the floor as best I can. It actually helps to stretch out the ankle as well. So that's an added bonus. We got about 15 seconds left from now. So for these last about 10 seconds, I really want you to push those hips towards that opposite wall. Feel that stretch on that inner quad, inner hamstring. And we're done. Good. Okay, go ahead and switch knees. All right, we'll start in about 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go ahead and start. Very good. If it helps, you can actually take this hand, put it on the working, the working leg, and actually kind of push it down a little, very lightly, to help get a bit of a stretch in there. Okay. And as always, shoot those hips out that way. Got about 20 seconds left. Very nice. Keep going. Make sure we're breathing, right? We don't want to be holding our breath. That's how we pass out. Got about 8 seconds. Really push hard, really push hard. 2, 1, and done. Very nice, very nice. Shake those out. Okay, I'm going to show you what's next. So it's a movement that we call Hollywoods. Okay, so you flat on the ground, pick a leg. You know what, let's start with our right leg. Take this leg and cross it over on top of the left. From here, you're gonna plant the foot on the ground, your right foot on the ground on the opposite side of your left knee, okay? You're gonna take your left arm, and you're gonna put it on the outside of your right knee, okay? Now the goal is, you're actually gonna use this left arm, you're gonna push yourself to look at that wall on your right side, okay? You should get a nice stretch in that back, okay? So, we'll go and start in about 5 seconds. We'll start with our right foot first, and go. So if you notice, as you push on this leg that's up in the air right now, you should feel a slight stretch in that glute as well, that outer glute. You should be doing quite a bit of muscle work for that shoulder as well. Pushing that knee this way so that our bodies face this way. Very nice. We got about 15 seconds left. Good. Make sure we're breathing. This one's a bit of a hard one to breathe on. 3, 2, 1, and stop. Good. Let's go ahead and switch. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Make sure that we're really pushing hard, aiming for that opposite wall now. Taking deep breaths. Making sure that we're feeling that stretch in that glute as well. Okay, keep pushing hard. Keep pushing hard. Got about 15 seconds left. Okay, push hard. Keep going. Deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Got 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Okay. So next up, we're going to touch those toes. Toes are directly in front of us. We're going to reach out, keeping that back straight. We're going to come down and touch the toes and pull them towards us. Okay? If this is putting too much stress on those hamstrings and or that lower back, you are more than welcome to curl one leg in, reach down and touch that toe with actually your opposite arm. So I have my right leg out. I'm going to use my left hand to reach for it. That'll give me a little bit more of a stretch for that hamstring. A further modification for that is using that right arm to help minimize the pain that you feel in that hamstring, okay? So, I'm going to go and do the 2-leg version. We're going to go for 45 seconds. We will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Keeping that back straight. Making sure we're breathing too. I know there's a lot to remember here. So imagine that you have a board that is stapled to your back, a piece of plywood. It's going to be really hard to bend that plywood, right? So that plywood is going to help keep our back straight. Okay? If it helps, you can very slightly bend each knee up and down a little bit. Okay, that should alleviate some pain. And we have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Very nice. Okay, so while we're still sitting, this leg you can do whatever you want with. We're gonna stick with the right leg. We're gonna bend it slightly. We're actually gonna take both hands and we're gonna grip the bottom of the foot, right where the toes are, okay, the ball of the foot. And from here, we're gonna just simply, actually, if you wanna bring that knee up to your chest, I would recommend that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that toe up towards us as hard as we can. You should feel a stretch in that calf muscle, okay? So we're gonna do this for 30 seconds on each side, okay? 3, 2, 1, and begin. Pull hard. Keeping that heel on the ground, okay? We're just pulling up towards our face. You should feel a stretch in that calf muscle, okay? You can actually swing this side to side very slowly, not too dramatically. Got 9 seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. So let's go ahead and switch. Starting in 2, 1, and begin. Pulling hard. Feel that stretch in that calf. And go and start moving it in and out. Good. Very nice. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Awesome. Okay, so that was the stretch section. Let's go to the balance. Okay, so what we're gonna do is basically just what I call core lean backs. Your legs are gonna be slightly bent. You're gonna be starting in this sitting position here, and you're just gonna go back until those feet come off the ground and you find a nice balance point, okay? If it helps, a nice modification to this one is you lean back and you just raise one foot up in the air to help keep that balance aspect there, but still have some stability with one foot on the ground, okay? So we're gonna do that for 30 seconds, okay? And a modification up for this one is once we find that balance point, we can actually do V-ups, coming up and coming down. We're not resting those feet on the ground when we strain out, or we're not resting that upper back on the ground when we strain out. Both parts are still up in the air. So let's go and do the core lean back, and we'll do it for 30 seconds in. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Good, find that balance point. Staying strong. 10 seconds in, going for 30 seconds. Halfway there. Keep going. 10 more seconds. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Very nice. So next up, we have lateral planks, or I'm sorry, side planks. So let's start with our left hand. We're gonna have the left hand on the ground. Body's gonna be completely straight. And we're very simply gonna raise that body up in the air, okay? This one's a balance issue, so we don't wanna be leaning forward and we don't wanna be leaning backwards. We're just gonna be up in the air. A good modification for this one is actually lowering those hips to the ground. That left hip with that left arm, the right hip with our right arm, but we're doing the left one first. Making contact with the ground with the left hip and coming back up, okay? So I'm gonna do the non-modified version, and we'll do it for 30 seconds on each side. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Very nice, taking deep breaths, holding this position. Good. 10 seconds in. Staying strong. If it helps, you can go and raise an arm up high. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Go and switch sides. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go and begin. Good. You can raise that arm. Good. Staying strong. Staying strong. Keeping that core tight. Almost done. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Okay. So I'm going to straighten this out towards you guys. Next up, we got bird dogs. So what's going to look like is, hands are going to be flat underneath our shoulders. Knees are also going to be flat underneath those hips. Okay? And what we're going to do is, we're going to raise the right arm and we're going to lift the left leg at the same time. Okay? Out and back to the middle. Now we're going to raise the left arm and the right leg out to, the opposite side, basically the exact opposite movement. And back down. I'll do a side of this for you guys. Right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Good. We're going to go and do 10 on each side. Okay, so I'm going to start counting from 10 down to 0, and then I'll start from 10 to 0 again. Okay? So, 3, 2, 1, 10. 9, good. 8, keeping that core tight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 10. Almost done. 9, 8, stay tight, stay tight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, almost done. 2, 1, last one, and 0. Perfect. Nicely done. I'm going to change this sideways. You guys can still stay kneeling. Okay, so from here, we're going to be doing a narrow stance hold. Okay, so we're going to be kneeling like so, but we're going to actually bring that heel right in front of that back knee on the right foot. Okay, and we're going to hold this position and trying to bounce. Okay, you can have your arms out to start off, and as you become more proficient at it, you're actually going to lower those arms and remain balanced. Okay, so we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start. Good. You'll find that you'll start leaning. Just bring those arms out to help balance you. Good. Stay focused, stay balanced, don't forget to breathe. The tighter we have that core, the more likely we are to be balanced. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go and switch legs. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. Basically, we're trying to make a straight line between our front foot to our back foot. Good. Make sure we're breathing and staying tight in that core. Good. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Very nice. Okay, so standing back up, we're going to do a single leg RDL. All right, we're gonna do 10 on each leg. This will be our closing movement. With your balance stick, set the balance stick in our right hand. Our left leg is gonna be forward, our right leg is gonna be back. And all this is we're gonna go down, feel that stretch in that hamstring, and come back up. So with this movement, we wanna make sure that both hips are pointed towards the ground when we make the movement. We do not wanna have that right hip open up so it's aiming towards the sky. That's how we end up falling over, and we actually don't get as much of a workout or a stretch, okay? So, if you want to go and do it without the balance stick, you can actually just raise it up in the air, okay? Come down and come back up. Okay, we're gonna do 10 on each side. All right, so let's just go and stick with the right leg up in the air for now. I'm gonna count down from 10. Once we get to 0, we'll switch over to the left leg, okay? And we begin. 9. 8, very good. 7, 6, good. We want to make sure that that weight is stable in that bottom foot that's touching the ground, okay? Want to make sure that it's right in the middle between the toe and the heel. So there's 4, 3, almost done. 2, 1, last one, and 0. Perfect. Go and switch hands, switch legs. I'm definitely not as balanced on my right as I am with my left. So let's try this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, keeping that core tight. 5, balancing between the toes and the heels. 4, 3, 2, almost done. 1, last one, and 0. Beautiful. Hope you guys all enjoyed this workout, and have a good rest of your day.